So for those of you who've been on my channel for a little while, this will be something a little different. Been playing around in the Mosquito because it's my favourite World War II aircraft, and I keep losing an engine. I like the damage model, it's kind of a little bit of fun, and so I've had to do quite a few single engine recoveries. Now, I've never flown a Mosquito in my life, but flying it in DCS is rather similar to flying a Canberra, which I did fly for a couple of years in the RAF. So when you look at them, this is the tail on the Mosquito, which is kind of small for the size of the aircraft and the amount of asymmetry you're going to get from those engines. Now, when we get to my picture of the Canberra, you'll see it's going to be a side-on view as well, and it's a little small as well. Alright, I should have shown a top view, I guess, but the engines are quite far apart, similar to the Mosquitoes. And with that small tail, it makes life a little interesting. And because the Canberra doesn't have a simulator, we used to do our engine failure on takeoff training in the aircraft. So you would just get airborne, hit the undercarriage button, and then the instructor would pull the engine back. You'd then have to pull the power on the good engine back because you were below VMCA, and full rudder and about 10 degrees of bank into the into the good engine. So it was an interesting flying exercise. Anyway, so I'm going to apply that and what I did there to the Mosquito, and that's where this is going to be based on. So I hope you find it useful. If you do, let me know in the comments, and if you don't like it, also let me know in the comments, and I won't do any more of these. Alright, cheers. So to start with, I thought it might be interesting to have a look at something from my old Canberra checklist. This is talking about a single engine approach, and the bit I want to point out is the bit inside the box in the middle. Minimum to 600 feet with speeds of 145, 155. Minimum from 600 feet AGL VCH. VCH is visual committal height. What they're saying is you cannot go around once you've gone below that. With that small tail, you can't put too much power on when you're a single engine. So if you were to go around above 600 feet, you would keep going down as you brought the power up and get the speed up so you have enough tail authority to hold the amount of power you've got, right, when you're asymmetric. So from 600 feet, you are landing. So please bear that in mind when you have a look at the next video, because I will talk about it briefly during the approach. So let's just... Hold it. No, there she goes. Alright, so that was a little bit outrageous, as you can tell. Now the simple solution actually is get rid of the asymmetric, chuck the nose down. Alright, I've pulled the throttle back to idle, push the nose down. Now we've got no asymmetric, full opposite rudder to try and stop it, and eventually she'll come out of the spin. Alright, because this is an old-fashioned aircraft, not like the jets where sometimes you have to do something different. So recover from the spin, no problem, as long as you have the altitude. So let's climb back up. I'm not worried about the ambulance. Don't dig me for the values if you want, because I am. I'm in flat panel, which I hate, but anyway, but it makes it easy to see what's going on. So if you were in a fight, let's say, and you're in a slow flight and you're going along, and then suddenly you lose one engine and you try and hold it and you can't, the obvious answer that isn't quite so obvious is pull back the throttle on the good one. You'll no longer have the asymmetric, get the speed back, and then recover, and then bring your engine back once you've got some flying speed. The amount of force that the tail can exert is dependent on the airspeed over it. So that's why when you get slow, the engine is still producing, well, nominally, let's just say it's the same amount, right? And eventually you're going to overpower the tail, yeah? So I'm putting full rudder in right now. The track IO is just disconnected, so sorry I can't have it done now, but you'll know what So here I am. slow speed, and this is why it starts to go, oh, right. If I bring the throttle back, it gives me a chance, as long as I've got the altitude available, to recover. So I actually brought the throttle back, yeah, which is counterintuitive when you are so slow. Now obviously if you are in a low speed fight down low and you lose an engine and you're holding all the rudder, you can't do that. But obviously in these particular examples I could. Right. So that gives you an example of how the thing's going to bite you if you get too slow. So now we're going to have a look at flying it. Actually I did a mission with Splat yesterday, and we'll have a look at our recovery from the mission back to Hawking. Anyway, back to the okay, so it won't be that long a video. Alright, so here we are, take about 4 now, I think. Was it 3? Anyway, we need to go to Hawking, which is over to the right, I think. So I need to get over there. So we've just done our attack. We got smacked by the ship. We did destroy a ship though. Anyway, and now we can't get the engine to feather properly because I think it's completely smashed up. So that's killed that. But the right one is still working for the moment. I'm a little bit over max continuous, which is not great as we've only got one and we're trying to get back across the channel. So that's the situation. Now I'm going to cut away and we're going to go and try and get into Hawking and talk about a single engine approach in a Mosquito. Now this one's going to be kind of even worse because that stupid engine didn't feather. So if you look at my rudder, I've got loads of it to try and hold it in the middle. So anyway, we shall see what happens. Alright, be back shortly. Alright, so here we are. The engine is just about held on the right hand side. Obviously the left one is still unfeathered, which is kind of making this a lot harder than it needs to be. I guess if we can quickly get into it. But I've got a navigator this time, which is going to make my life a little bit easier because he's going to be taking the flaps for me. And also he's giving me some navigational assistance as we need it.
312.
312.
That'll be west side.
Okay, visual. Okay, so we have the field in sight. We're going to come over to the left. We're going to turn a right inbound and then hope that we can get enough. That's it. The good news is, right, so 140 is the minimum speed that I want to see. I try and keep the ball in the middle, but the faster we go, the more tail authority we get. The slower we are, the less tail authority we get, which makes life a lot harder because we've only got it's a tiny tail. It will spin out. Okay, so we can see the runway out to the right there now. Okay, we're going to turn a right base. Okay, Splat, give me the gear and flaps to 30. We're going to come over the right here and hope that it's a big enough runway from this direction. Alright, so RPM would go max, but I mean for what it's worth, we will do it. Alright, and here we go. Now, 130 on the final is not bad. Gear down, flaps 30, that looks good, Splat, thank you. And here we go, we're coming in. Now, the rudder's gonna, now, I've got a visual committal height, which, you know, the camber is like 600 feet. So we're already committed now, we are not going around. So at any stage now I can bring the throttle back to idle, keep the aircraft going this way, and settle down. And here we are. Looks like we only got one gear, but hey, we made it down. And you know what they say? Any landing that you walk away from is a good one. So, the engine's still running. Don't know why they're right. Oh, well, as we look outside, we can see the aircraft is kind of messed up. I don't know why the right gear's red, but I mean, hey, it held up, and here we are on the ground. So, that was our single-ended approach in the Mosquito. Alright, so that's it. I hope you found it useful. Yeah, let me know in the comments, as I said, and there's a couple of outtakes coming up at the end. Alright, I got to give it all I've got. Oh, it just went. Shit. Well, at least I'm not asymmetric now. Oh, there. Flak 36 got me. Alright. Got Hawking out here to the right, or Hawkins, however you pronounce it. I can't remember, and I used to live around here. So, we're coming round for the airfield, which is kind of coming onto the nose now. Check my speed. I want 140 still. Now, if you get slow, you can make a right mess of this, because the tail's so small, you'll stall the tail. And I'll do a demo of that in a minute in the video. But for now, here we go. We're on heading 140. So we're going to take the gear and we'll move the thing out for the flap. We're going to land at 30 degrees of flap because we only want to use half of it. Alright. And there it is. Oh dear, that's a bit much. Okay, there's 30. Ah, come on, get 30. Get 30. Ah, well, 15 will do. Alright, look at my speed. Now my speed's gone low. Oh, I'm gonna, and if you're not careful, if you use too much power, you'll stall the tail and it will crash. So the trick here is 10 degrees of bank towards the good engine. Alright, and then come off, and as you get it right, come off the power, and then you can bring it back. Oh, that's a bit firm, but hey, it worked, but it was ugly. And as we roll out, we've landed at Hawking, and we are in one piece. So, better than it. Oh no! Oh, look what I did right at the end. Splat. Is my gear down? No, it's not. Well, not according to my undercarriage. Oh, flipping it. Look at my plane.